Huge injury update for the Buccaneers. A big update just came in just before the trade deadline. This isn't about a trade, but this is about a player that we've been desperately needing back in the lineup, and it looks like he is very much on his way after the bye. He's healed up, and it's starting to look like he's going to be back sooner rather than later. I am Sebastian with Buccaneers Digest. Welcome back, everybody. It's finally a game week again. We had went a long bye week without a game. Kind of nice, not any stress really, but now we're back into the flow of like, okay, we're facing the Patriots. What do we got to do to get ready for this team? Will Bucky be back? Who's going to be back for this game? Well, we do have some news regarding who is going to be back. But first things first, make sure to subscribe, to like, to comment, all that good stuff. We're making our way towards 3,000. We want to get towards around the 5,000 range, but let's first hit that 3,000 mark. Thank you to everyone who's already joined up. There's memberships, all that good stuff. We'll be doing live streams. You know it. I will be at the game for the Patriots in person, but there will be a bunch of live streams coming up after that. We've got 2 away games after that, so that'll be really exciting to do some live streams for that. But anyway, moving forward, let's just talk about, okay, obviously, trade deadline just passed. The Bucs did not make any trades. It kind of sucks. We did a lot of videos talking about what they should do. And staying true to form, the Bucs did not make any trades. They value their draft picks, and past drafts show why. But they have razor-thin margins at several positions and cannot afford any more significant injuries. Listen, I would be lying if I didn't say that I was disappointed and that I wasn't expecting the Buccaneers to really do something here. Because, again, this feels like a team that can make a deep playoff push, and to not, I mean, I get it. Like, there's other big teams that didn't do anything. The Lions didn't make any big moves. The Seahawks, they traded for Rashid Shaheed, but, like, overall, there wasn't anything crazy besides, obviously, the Sauce Gardner trade and the Jets basically having their fire sale. But we're not scared of the Cowboys. They're not going to be a playoff team, even with the Quinnen Williams trade, all that stuff. It's just a matter of, it really just feels like Jason Light's like, listen, we value our draft picks. We value, like, we're going to be paying Baker in the offseason for his extension. So let's just load up on as many draft picks as we can, and maybe we'll just hit on a pass rusher eventually, or just do something in free agency. I have no idea, but we'll see. But to be where we are right now at 6-2 is great. We just all wish that we would have maybe capitalized a little bit on our situation, especially considering how injured we are. But it is what it is. You got to move on. We got to move forward. And we will, and we are, with this piece of news that we are talking about today. Goedeke is returning to practice is a big first step as he returns from a September foot injury. He has 3 weeks to be activated, but could be back on the main 53 at any point. So he is now activated his 21-day return period. Basically, anytime in the next 3 weeks, he will be brought back onto the active roster, but it could be very much sooner than 21 days. It's just a matter of when that happens, but he's going to start practicing again, and he's going to start showing signs of when he will be available. But listen, man, it has not been easy for the Buccaneers offensive line. Charlie Heck leads all offensive linemen. This is our current backup right tackle who's been filling in for Goedeke. He leads all of them in pressures surrendered by Pro Football Focus, despite being 93rd amongst offensive line and pass block snaps this season. Goedeke's return, if he can be 100%, is massive, to say the least. Listen, guys, Goedeke, he's been like in a boot. He's been on this little scooter for a long time now. Some people have been questioning, is he going to return this season? Is this kind of the offensive line that we're going to be dealing with for the rest of the year? Well, clearly this move shows that is not the case. They are working towards bringing him back. They put him on IR in that September area. It was after the Week 2 game against the Texans. And we've been kind of playing a waiting game and trying to make do with what we have with their offensive line. But listen, Cody Mauch, done for the year. That's a done deal. But Goedeke is coming back, and that is a huge sign and a huge move for the Buccaneers. I'm just really thrilled and excited to be kind of anticipating this, awaiting this. Obviously, we got to try and win the games that are in front of us, even if he doesn't play. Like the Patriots, I do believe we can beat them even without Goedeke, but it's like, man, these next 3 games are tough, and they're expecting Goedeke to probably be back for at least one of these games with the Rams, the Bills, and the Patriots. So we'll see. We don't want to rush him back, but we also don't want to, act like we don't need him. It's a kind of a weird balance that they got to hit. So we will see what that ends up turning into going forward. Bailey Adams from Pewter Report had to say Tampa Bay has certainly missed Luke Goedeke over the last 6 games. Charlie Heck stepped in at right tackle in week 2 and has started every game since, and it's obvious that this offensive line just is not the same when Heck is there in Goedeke's place. When Goedeke returns and takes back over for Heck at right tackle, it'll be the first game this season that the Bucs will play even with 4 of their 5 starting linemen in their normal positions. The first time all season. It's kind of wild to think about that, but we have been decimated with injuries just all over the place, and to have 4 of our 5 guys back in their original positions, as barring any other injuries that happen in the future, knocking on wood right now, it's a good sign, and it's one of those things that I'm it's been a lot for Baker. He's been getting hurt. He's been getting battered around recently. People have been kind of questioning, is what happened to the MVP Baker that was there in the first 6 weeks? These past 2 games don't seem like it's really been the Baker that we've been knowing to be playing at his career best. And now I think with having some of that right sides being more solidified by a franchise right tackle, because we just signed Goedeke to an extension right before the season started, to have him back in that lineup and healthy would pay so many dividends and just be a massive upgrade for this offense. It's people really underestimate how much having those guys in those positions. I mean, obviously Tristan Wirfs getting him back was huge, but like having both of your starting tackles is just monumentally important to basically be able to play for a Super Bowl, be able to play for just big time playoff games and winning your division and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, there's a long way to go, a whole half of the season left to play, but these are all really important aspects of our season that we have to be paying attention to, and we are. There's no question about that. But listen, I am optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic that they will be able to bring him back sooner rather than later. But I want to ask you guys, how do you feel about Goedeke's return? Do you think that we should just rush him back and get in place of Heck because of just how poor of a job Heck has been kind of doing? Listen, backup tackles, they don't come very easy in this league. Tackle is one of the most important positions in the league for a reason. So to have, franchise tackles at both ends is massive for us, and just we need him back as quick as possible. But it's just a matter of, do we think that we can survive against the Patriots? Do we think that we can survive against the Bills and the Rams and their pass rushes? Like, where's the priority here is kind of my question, and where I'm wondering. I think it's probably better to get him back sooner. If you had to ask me, even if that's not 100%, I would just kind of prefer to get that going, because some of these pass rushes that we're going up against are fierce and scary, and but we'll see. It's good to have some good news, honestly, in this front, in the injury front. It's been a little defeating watching the season go on, and so many of our stars are going down. We'll see what happens with Godwin and Bucky and all these guys going forward. Bucky did have a little hint that he might be coming back, but we'll see. There's nothing confirmed about that yet. Practice starts on Wednesday tomorrow for the Buccaneers, getting ready for the Patriots. So we'll see who's on the field, who's not, all that good stuff. We will update you here on the channel. So subscribe, hit the bell, and we will be here for all of that. But until then, I will see you in the next video, guys.